ॐ नारायणाय विद्महे वासुदेवाय धीमहि तन्नो विष्णुः प्रचोदयात्. Welcome, respected friends. Let us together go through this most beautiful Shastra, Yoga Vaashishtha Maharamayana. We are chanting every mantra. We are also seeing the meaning of that. We are seeing the story part of it. And whatever the Tattvajnana given, the sadhanas indicated, we are trying to understand to the possibility of our abilities. May our capacities increase day by day by the grace of Bhagavan, Sri Rama, Vaashishtha Ityadi, so that we revel in the Tattva through the study of this and such Shastras. May we become an instrument in the hands of the Lord again in this Tattva Prachara and that alone. Yoga Vasishta Maharamayana, third Utpatthi Prakaranam, we are saying 23rd Sarga, where Pragna and Leela, Mother Saraswati and Leela are preparing themselves for their great born voyage, what you call it as, the flying high in sky into various worlds. Only 3-4 slokas we have in this sarga to study. 23, 24 sarga tells us their akasha gamanam, and when they are moving, what are the various lokas or visions or sceneries they are seeing. All of that are exhaustively described. A huge sarga of 65 mantras, mind blowing all of them. So we have to study even this portion 10, 12 times to have an idea of what lokas they are seeing. Some of them you can compare as we have on the world also on the earth in this modern Kali Yuga. Okay. Then what it shows is in that infinite Maya Shakti's possibility, so many lokas can be kalpita, and we taking up Jiva Bhava, doing karma, can go to those lokas as karma phala. And yet, all this from the absolute truth reality standpoint are only kalpita, only abhasa. They are not satya at all. Therefore, one option is without realizing that sadvastu, wandering in all these lokas. That's called as jivaha, gamana, janma marana, karma phala. Another is first realize the self, be in that self abided, then again play in these upadhis without getting conditioned or bound. Second choice is always better than the first one of taking these worlds as real and wandering in them only. There are plenty, there are millions. Each one appears to be better than the other, but after some time we get habituated to it also, and that also is boring. We want something else, just like the science today on this earth globe. Every day they discover new things. Wonder. After a few months or days, they become outdated. They want something new. That also they discover. Again, that also becomes old. Another one. Is there any end to it? This is the creation of the human mind. Then imagine Ishvara with his Maya Shakti. What are the wonders that he can create? One of the wonders is the human mind only, which seemingly independently creating all these things. Seemingly independent, huh? No human mind is independent of the Ishvara Samashti mind. Nobody can think or do as per his own choice if Ishvara Anugraha, Ishvara permission is not there. Okay, let us also see few shlokas, not many, today. Of this 23rd conclusion, 24th sarga, chanting also we have to do, 5 श्लोक है, ये थोड़े श्लोक आज थोड़े कल पढ़ेंगे. That's why in every sarga, idea we are giving, what is it containing, then we are going through. Okay, start our Mangalacharana Shloka Sankalpa for 3-4 minutes. Om 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 Sahanavavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavadhitamastu Ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Namo Brahmadibhyo. Om Yairime Guruvihi Purvam. Om Shankaram Shankaracharya. Om Nidhaye Sarva Vidyanam. Om Sri Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tatulyam Ramanama Varanane. Om Brahmanandam Paramasukhadam Parabrahmane Shrutimatre Samasta Brahma भक्ति योग धर्म विद्या आचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो अस्मद् गुरुभ्यो नमः. श्री रामचंद्र परब्रह्मणे नमः. श्री वशिष्ठादि ऋषिभ्यो नमः. संकल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपानुग्रहेण उपनिषद योग वासिष्ठ महारामायणोक्त ब्रह्मात्मैक्य बोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्य प्राप्त्यर्थं श्रुति स्मृति पुराणे इतिहास संतवाङ्मयोक्त साध्य साधनानुभव सिद्ध्यर्थं तत्रोक्त ऋषि मुनि गुरु देवता दर्शनानुग्रहानुभव प्राप्त्यर्थं सनातन धर्म से विश्वव्याप्ति विश्व आध्यात्मिक प्रगत्यर्थम धर्म संस्थापकानां नित्य निरंतर दिग्विजयार्थम श्रीराम मंदिरवत् शिव कृष्णादि मंदिरादीनां पुनरवाप्ति तेषु निरंतर शास्त्र अध्ययनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातन धर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यंतर शत्रुविघ्न समूल निर्मूलन पूर्वक भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्माद् क्षणादारभ्य वैदिक हैंदव संस्कृते धर्म मोक्ष पुरुषार्थानां सुसंप्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थम अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां संकल्पित सत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयाः तेषां हृदये परब्रह्मादीनां प्रति भक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थम् अनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्री वाल्मीकि महर्षि विरचित श्री राम वशिष्ठ संवाद रूप श्री योग वासिष्ठ महारामायण वेदांत स्मृति प्रकरण शास्त्रस्य पारायणम् अध्ययनं साधना प्रयत्नं मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे. मंगलाचरण श्लोकाः. ओम यतः सर्वाणि भूतानि प्रतिभान्ते स्थितानि च यत्रैवोपशमं यान्ति तस्मै सत्यात्मने नमः. ज्ञाता ज्ञानं तथा ज्ञेयं द्रष्टा दर्शनदृश्यभूः कर्ता हेतुः क्रिया यस्मात् तस्मै ज्ञप्त्यात्मने नमः. स्फुरन्ति सीकरा यस्माद् आनन्दस्याम्बरेवनौ सर्वेषां जीवनं तस्मै ब्रह्मानन्दात्मने नमः. दिवि भूमौ तथाकाशे बहिरन्तश्च मे विभुः यो विभात्यवभासात्मा तस्मै सर्वात्मने नमः. ओम सत्यं ज्ञानमनन्तमेकमजरं नित्यं विभुं शाश्वतं प्रत्यग्ब्रह्मरसायनं सुखघनं पूर्णं परं पावनं स्वात्मज्योतिरनादिमध्यनिधनं मायाविलासैर्मुहुः विश्वाकारमपास्तमायमभयं वन्दे विशुद्धं पदं. ज्ञानादेवात्मनो मोक्षः न तु कर्मसमाधिभिः अज्ञातोऽसौ स्वसदृश्यं सृजत्येवेति कीर्त्यते. ॐ तस्मै श्रीगुरवे वसिष्ठमुनये नित्यं नमस्कुर्महे. विश्वामित्रमुनिं शरण्यमनघं भूयो नमस्याम्यहं. तस्मै वाल्मीकये श्रीगुरुतमगुरवे भूरिभावैर्नताः स्मः. पूर्णानन्दस्वभावः स्वजनहितकृते माययोपात्तकायः कारुण्यादुद्दिदीर्षुर्जनमनवरतं मोहपङ्के निमग्नम् आविश्यान्तर्वसिष्ठं बहिरपि कलयन्न शिष्यभावं वितेने यः संवादेन शास्त्रामृतजलधिममुं रामचन्द्रं प्रपद्ये ॐ श्रीरामचन्द्र परब्रह्मणे नमः वसिष्ठादिऋषिभ्यो नमः योगवासिष्ठमहारामायण शास्त्रं तृतीय उत्पत्तिप्रकरणं लीलोपाख्याने ज्ञानदेह आकाशगमनं नाम त्रयोविंशः सर्गः श्रीवसिष्ठ उवाच Vasishtaji is telling Rama. Okay, we are seeing that having in this way, Leela taught the Brahma Vidya, also the Abhyas of Brahma Vidya, along with all the instructions as to how the Brahma Abhyasam is made easier by doing the prerequisite preparatory sadhanas. In that, the most important ones were ज्ञातृज्ञेयस्य अत्यंत अभाव दृश्य असंभव बोध. Through that, the raga dveshadi rahitya. When the raga dvesha have gone away, then antakarana is enjoying the brahmabhyasa perfectly. It will do the brahmabhyasa, and the brahma anubhuti also can be obtained. All of that has been taught. Once that's over, now the next episode is the Leela's wish has to be fulfilled by mother. Leela has done the upasana. When mother came, she asked for the initial boons, isn't it? That two boons she asked. One, my husband's this jiva should be in this akasha only. In this antapura, he should not go away. Second thing she asked was, whenever I want, you must come and do what I want. Mother has to should obey that. No. So this time, mother is invoked. Then Leela is asking all questions and getting answers. Before that, she also asked for seeing that Girigrama Brahmana Gruha, in which the Brahmana Sharira 8 दिन पहले मरकर है. That Brahmana is in that Akasha only because of his Sankalpa has become the Raja. And that Raja also is now died. His wife only this Leela. That she wanted to see. So therefore, both of them, it was midnight. All the paricharikas, almost everybody, went for their sleep. The doors were locked from inside. All Paharedar are put. Now they, in their resplendent divine expression, whole room was with full fragrance of all flowers, garlands. They were sitting on a asana next to that Raja's Parthiva Deha, which is covered with all flowers, garlands, so that the body is not decomposed, etc. Mother assured that it is her all Shakti. Now both of them, Dhire Dhire, became Antarmukha, detached from Bahya Jagat, detached also from Deha. They have gone into the Sukshma Sthiti. In that, Mother Saraswati is in her Jnana Rupa, Pragnapti Rupa, Pragna Rupa. Leela is not yet reached to that, na? She has to work on that for sadhana. But by Mother's Kripa, she can withdraw from outer world and Deha. She can get the Ativahika Deha. Even she may get the temporarily by Mother's grace, the Chidakasha Sthiti. So that both of them are in same plane of communication, together they can fly. See, when you listen to all these, they are much more mysterious and mystical than any of your mysterious Hollywood movies. You understand? Much, much more than that are the higher worlds, higher possibilities. So, okay, we have seen up to that in the mantra. See, beautiful ones. रत्नस्तंभादिवोत्कीर्णे chitre bhitta vivarpite. So they were like the idols carved in Ratnastambha or the chitras painted on the wall. They become absolutely stand still physically. Sarvaha tatyajatuschintaha. They just by their willpower, Mother Saraswati, so Hai Devata, she blessed Leela. Leela also could accomplish this along with her earlier yoga sadhanas. अब लीला का इस जन्म का ये कहानी बता रहे पिछले कितने जन्मों से वो जीव in different bodies what yoga sadhana she must be doing that in this life directly Mother Saraswati became her guru. She is getting her from her Brahmajnana and Jnanabhyasa instruction and is able to fly like a Sakhi friend along with her into the other worlds. So that should be underlined about her grace, her greatness. Therefore, Sarvaha Tatyajatuhu Chintaha. They just gave up all the outer worldly chinta. Sankocham Samupagate. Vyakocham is their individuality spreading into the world through Indriyas and Mana. Sankocham is withdrawing from the world the senses, from the senses the mind, and from the mind the attention onto their own Chit Swarupa. They have reached to the Nirvikalpa Sthiti, focusing on their chitta freed from all thoughts. So, Chinta Tatyajuhu Sankocham Sopagate Divasante Iva Abjinyau Prasruta Moda Lekike. So at the end of the day, as the lotuses get folded as if they have folded themselves from their outer world vyapara. At that state, how are they? Sorry. Bhabuvatur Brusham Shante. Extremely peaceful, quiet. They became there in their antakarana. Shuddhe. They become absolutely Shuddha and Spanda Vivarjite. Even consciousness was aware there, the spandana of the chitta is absolutely stopped. Morning, Mandukya Upanishad, Aspandamana Sthiti they reached. Girau Sharadi Nirvata Iva Brashta Brahmalike. They have become like the cloud on the top of the mountain on the Sharad Rutu, which is there to see first, but it is neither having water and its heaviness nor any solidness. Same way, they have transcended the gross solid world, the Stula Sharira too. They are in that Akasha Rupa, absolutely. Mega Rupa, they become very light. Oh, these are all yoga sthitis. And when we have studied all of that in our Patanjali Yoga Darshana, Vibhuti Padame, the Ashta Siddhis, Anima, Mahimala, Gima, Vahima, Garima, Ishitvam, Vashitvam, Prapti, Prakamyam, that becoming Lagiva Siddhi, Anima Siddhi, Vyapti Siddhi. So they have reached to that state. They have pulled their identity with the Stula Jagat, Stula Deha, Indriyas, Mana, and they become Nishchala. In the Nishchala Sthiti, all Sankalpas have gone. That is the Nirvikalpa Sthiti. That's what Nirvikalpa Samadhanat Jahatur Bahya Samvidam. Nirvikalpa Samadhanat, Samyak Adhanat Nirvikalpa. Because they reach to Nirvikalpa Sthiti, Bahya Samvidam Jahatuhu. The Samvid means awareness about the Bahya Jagat. Totally they gave up, they transcended. Good that we have dreams and sleeps, which can be an examples for these higher spiritual sadhana states. Like in the Swapnavastha, outer world we give up, this Stula Deha we transcend identity, a different Sukshma Jagat will be there. So that gives us a possibility of the higher Sukshma Jagats to transcend in sadhana. In the Nidra, though, all Vikalpas have gone, absolute nothingness there. Instead of nothingness, there it is infinitude in the consciousness. We can expect that stage. Okay. Nirvikalpa samadhanat jahatur bahya samvidam. Through that reaching to Nirvikalpa Samadhi Sthiti, outer awareness they transcended. Yatha kalpalate kante purvam rutvantare rasam. है ना? फिर कल्पलता पूर्व ऋतु रस छोड़कर नया ऋतु में नया रस पूरा अपना पेड़ में जैसे भरता है, वैसे ही these have reached to the निर्विकल्प स्थिति. Okay. How did they reach that? What has helped them? Ki they could drop the thoughts and the contents in the thoughts because exhaustively mother taught and Leela grasped to the core of her heart about the mithyatva mithyatva about the jagat of the jagat. Jagat mithyatva jnana which Leela got from mother helped her in reaching to this nirvikalpa sthiti. Because the opposite of nirvikalpa is savikalpa. The vikalpas, thoughts are there in the mind when you give reality or value to the world outside. And when the world outside is no more valued, then the sankalpa vikalpa मन में नहीं रहते ना, अब निर्विकल्प हो जाएगा. Why they give up? Give up because jagat mithyatva jnanam. Without adhisthana, the rupa namatmaka jagat has none of its own existence or reality or stay. There is no dravya in them. Dravyatva bhava yogataha. Today afternoon we saw in Mandukya. That's what said here. Aham jagat iti bhranti drishyasyadyāvanudbhavah yada tabhyam avagatah tu atyanta bhavanatmakah tada drishyapishāchoyam alamastam gato dvayoh. Aham, I, the seer, jagat, the world seen, iti, both of them, bhranti drishyasya, दृश्यस्याद दृश्यस्य आदौ अनुद्भवः भ्रांति दृश्यस्य आदौ अनुद्भवः. These are bhranti kalpita. Even in the beginning of creation they were never created, means creation never happened. Kalpana is always there. Always means so far till we are awakened to the reality. So aham jagaditi bhranti drishyasya adau anudbhavah yada. This knowledge they are rooted in na. Therefore tabhyam avagatahatu. They are fully established in that knowledge of uh, drashta drushya to be bhranti only. Therefore atyanta abhavanatmakaha. It was never difficult for them to drop the drashta drushya. उन दोनों का अत्यंत अभाव स्थिति they could reach. तदा because of that only दृश्य पिशाचोयम अलम अस्तंगतो द्वयोः. Of both of them the दृश्य पिशाचा gone away because they valued it, devalued it because of their firm knowledge that they are all only kalpana, not real. अब देखो इसलिए इन द अर्लियर लास्ट चैप्टर लास्ट फ्यू श्लोकास में मदर गेव द दृश्य अभाव स्थिति द ज्ञान स्थिति पोजिशन एंड शी कॉल्ड दैट ओनली ना विज्ञानम. सी दृश्य असंभव बोधो हि ज्ञानम एंड दृश्य असंभव बोधो हि ज्ञेयम. ज्ञान एंड ज्ञेय दोनों दृश्य असंभव बोध ही है करके the awakening to the absence of the drishya mother gave such a highest position that Leela caught it, she could use it, and she gave up the reality to the drashta drishya. Therefore, the drishya pishacha gone away from her. No more distraction. That's how Aram say she entered into that nirvikalpa state. For us, दृश्य सत्य है, दृश्य से भोग चाहिए हमको, दृश्य को हमें ओन करना है, दृश्य मेरा है. Nobody take away my things and other things only. Others things only should come to me. So much of delusion we are all in. सब बचपना है from the Vedant standpoint. All these possessions, positions, aggrandizations, indulgences, ownerships, thefts, looting and plundering, all of that from spiritual बचपना है, बच्चों का खेल. खिलौनों से बच्चे लड़ते कि नहीं, मेरा है तेरा मेरा है, isn't it? They play for कांच के टुकड़ों से के लिए, मारते हैं भी एक दूसरों को. You see ना, चिल्ड्रन फॉर गिल्ली डंडा हो या कोई गेंद के लिए हो, एक दूसरे को पीटेंगे. The same children only grow called as you and I. The game changed, but stupidity continued of delusion. Leela is lucky enough to be taught by mother, more lucky that she could understand the mithyatva of the drishya. So to corresponding drashta. So she could easily give up. Therefore, she could reach to that nirvikalpa sthiti. Mother is already there. Mother Saraswati is Jnapti Swarupini, na? So she has no antakarana that she has to control it, no indriyas that she has to pull them away from the world. There is no world for us, her, other than her own self. They are in that realized state. No, already she said few shlokas back. So tada drishya pishachoyam alam astangataha dvayoho. For both of them, the drishya pishacha gone away. Okay, therefore they could reach to nirvikalpa sthiti. But remember, two thoughts are very powerful in them, even though they are in nirvikalpa sthiti. One is they have to see the girigrama. Second is that is together they have to see. Therefore, they are aware of each other, but not aware of the world. They devalued the world with the strength of the knowledge that everything is kalpita and mithya. Try to listen to them. At least the 10th time when we listen, an idea of it starts coming to us. But these spiritual Vedantic knowledges are so difficult, but though they are difficult, once they are caught, they are so helpful that they give such a huge leap in our spiritual evolution, spiritual understanding. बहुत सारे बीच के अड़चनों को पार करके एक लंबे छलांग से बहुत आगे जा सकते हैं, लाइक the ladder in the snake and ladder game. These understandings are very helpful that way. And see, even as we said yesterday also, day before also, Drushya Asambhava Bodha can be gained, by which the Drushya no more bothers us. We can be in Nirvikalpa Samadhi. This one knowledge, if you really hold on to, believe in it and try for it, the entire Jagat and Samsara is gone, no? एक झटके में चला जाता. Vedantic knowledge is such a powerful. That's why it's called as Agni. It's called as Khadga. अग्नि तो भस्म ही कर देता है, खड्ग तो काट के फेंक देता है ignorance and all. It's called as Jnanagni, Jnana Khadga, Jnana Nauka. Big ocean also can be crossed. Jnana Tapasya, Jnana Yajna. How many words are used for this Jnanam? See? Jnana Agni Dagda Karmanam. Baho Jnana Tapasa Potaha. Jnana Asina Atmanaha Chitva Inam Samshayam, etc. Okay. Now next one. Asattvadeva chasmakam shashashrungamivanaga. Here Vasishtha is talking about himself. That for people like us, the entire drashta drishya is as asat, just like the shashashrunga. Shashashrunga is a word with a meaning without corresponding object. Shasha means her rabbit, Shrunga means horn. So horn of a rabbit. That's a meaningful word, na? A sentence. But no such object in the word. For us, the drashta drusha is like that shasha shrunga. सिर्फ नाम के वास्ते तो है, otherwise we know everything is consciousness. Like me is that Saraswati also. Vaashishtha ji says, asatvat eva cha asmakam shashashrungam iva anagha. And what is the authority? We are in a different realm always. What is that? The beautiful Mandukya Upanishad sentence. Adaveva cha yanna adaveva hi yannasti vartamanepi tat tatha. There adav antecha, both of them are used in karika karas, karika mandukya. Adavantecha yannaste vartamanepi tat tatha. वितथैः सदृशाः सन्तः अवितता इव लक्षिताः. So आदौ अन्ते यत् न अस्ति वर्तमानेऽपि नास्ति. Beginning end which is not there, in between also it is not there. Okay, that is the Karikakara explaining to the disciple in a systematic manner. That was the context. Here, further Vasishthaji, he is telling about himself that we know in the beginning of creation only, creation never began. began. We have no problem only. Adavante, Adaveva hi annasti. That आदि ही नहीं है जिस सृष्टि का, वर्तमाने भी तथा. So in the present also it is not there. But you are talking to us, you are teaching us, you are listening to us, you are sympathetical to us. ये सब कैसे कर रहे हैं वशिष्ठ जी? ये सब कल्पित है, ये खेल है, ये माया का खेल है. इसमें ना कोई लेना है, ना कोई देना है, ना कोई पाना है, ना कोई खोना है ना. एनीथिंग वी डू बट खोना पाना, व्हेन वी लीव इट अवे, देयर इज नथिंग कॉल्ड संसार. Even spirituality, when we do for Kona Pana, that becomes a samsara. Because anything you Kona Pana, that is only projected thing. The reality can never be kho sakta hai, it can never be payega. Kona means losing, Pana means getting. There is no loss and gain in reality, no? The loss and gain are in the projected world. The one who talks the language of loss and gain, they are in the projected world samsara. And the rishis like them, they play the play but not for loss or gain. Therefore that is never a samsara to them. So this question, ki how you are then recognizing us, answering us, explain to us, these are all without loss or gain, a projection for a play. For us it's a play, for you it's a benefit. You gain this knowledge, you transcend your samsara. O Rama. So Adaveva hi annasti vartamanepi tattatha. We always know with all clarity creation never happened, only projection. So ours is an ajatavada. सृष्टि नहीं हुआ, पानी में लहर never born, it's only kalpita. In a little higher level, the unmanifest wave which was in the water only manifested in that way. Even if you go to little deeper level, there are no two things called as water and wave. Water alone playing the wave play without itself losing its identity even a moment. That's called vivarta upadana karana, wherein without itself changing, appearing like wave, wherein wave though is seen with dance and all, yet it is not real. And as we saw in Mandukya, this waveness in at one balance, because the water is intact, has neither come from water nor entered into water, nor came from somewhere else, nor goes anywhere else. And that wave independent of water has no dravyata of itself. Therefore, it cannot be spoken as. Therefore, it is not there. Then, when it is not there, then it is not an effect. When it is not an effect, Paramatma is not the cause. Therefore, Paramatma is never a cause, is a Karya Karana Vilakshana Brahma. The Jagat is just appearing without any substantial thing behind. Only appearing, nothing substantial, called as Mithya. Therefore, don't value it. जब जगत मिथ्यात्व का जब बात बुद्धि में समझ जाता है ना, विथ प्रॉपर थिंकिंग लॉजिक एंड वेरी सटल इंटेलेक्ट, you will play only in this world. Thereafter you can never become miserable even a moment. अब तो हम हंस भी नहीं सकते, हमेशा रोना रोना. That's why Krishna said पंडिताः नानुशोचन्ते. A pandita never cries. Who is pandita? Who knows everything is Brahman, there is nothing other than Brahman. If something is there, it's only kalpita, it is nothing to be worried about. जगत विलक्षणम ब्रह्म ब्रह्मणोन्यत न किंचन ब्रह्म अन्यत भात चेत मिथ्या यथा मरु मरीचिका. All these shlokas. Oh Lord, please bless us to go into the deep understandings of all these Vedantic Satyatas. Okay. Adaveva hi ennasti vartamanepi tattatha bhatam va bhatamevato mrugatrishnambhavat jagat. Okay. For Leela, she is now with effort has come to that sthiti. For her, this Jagat is like Mrugatrishna, seen but not real. For Saraswati Mata, not even seen, like the Shashashrunga. So even the further worlds also, though mother will be showing all lokas to her, she will be seeing them. They'll be explained, they'll be narrated, all of that. For mother, all of that is one without second Brahman. Their presence is like Shashashrunga. For Leela, not real, but like Mrugatrishna. Seen but not real. Seen but not real के लिए एग्जाम्पल है विराजवाटा. Not even seen के लिए एग्जाम्पल है शशश्रृंग, the horn of the rabbit. Keep these things in mind. When we again and again expose, the depth starts coming to us of the understanding. We are getting the depth, but it is always for everybody so slow only. Not that suddenly it happens. Nah, slowly the intellect gains that subtle intuitive power to catch the sublime knowledges or truths that are revealed in the Shastras by our Gurus. धीरे धीरे होता है, थोड़ा थोड़ा होता है, सडन नहीं होता. Very little, we don't even notice it also, but it is happening. Like that, every evolution, a flower blossoming, you cannot see, but it happens. Right? Bhatam va bhatamevato mrugatrishnambhavat jagat. Then the again once more, the Saraswati Mata Leela Ji's position in that Nirvikalpa Sthiti is explained. Swabhava Kevalam. They are Swabhava Kevala. They are only in an unassuming, uh, non individualistic existence they are in now. Swabhava Kevalam. In that, even the Mana Kalpana also is not yet happened. Therefore, Shantam, absolutely they are Shanta without the disturbance in the lake of the mind of thoughts. Stri Dvayam Babhuvaha, the two Stris have become Swabhava Kevalam Shanta Sthiti. Example is so sweet, I like it. Chandra Arkadi Padartha Ogaihi Dura Mukta Mivambaram. Ambaram space, which is totally free from Chandra Arka Adi Padartha Ogaihi. A space bereft of, devoid of Surya Chandra Graha Nakshatradi. Try to imagine. In that way, they are in the Chidakasha Sthiti, where the Chandra Arka Samana, the Sukshma or Stula, Jagats are or Akashas are never projected. They have rejected the projections, they have reached the substratum. Both of them. Chandra Arka Adi Padartha Ogahi Dura Muktamiva Ambaram. Then again, see that as we said, Tenaiva Jnana Dehena Chachara Gnapti Devata Manushi tu Itarena Shu Dhyana Jnana Nurupina. So Gnapti Devata, the Saraswati Devi, Tena Eva Jnana Dehena Chachara. She took up the Jnana Deha. Just like Krishna says, Janma Karma Chame Divyam. And you can see both in Krishna and Rama avatars. Toward the end in Bhagavatam, you see as well as in Ramayana, when they left that avatara kala is over, the entire abharanas, ayudhas, all of them took a divine form. Even the abhushanas, all these pushpamalas, everything, vastradi, everything is divine only. Chaitanya Vigraha. Saraswati Mata is like that. Tena eva jnana dehena chachara jnapti devata. Saraswati Mata was having the jnana deha. This jnana deha was said 3-4 chapters back by Saraswati Devi only to Leela Ativahika Deha. In that Ativahikata also, The Sukshma Sharira is also not there, even little higher than that. In fact, this is called the Brahma Deha, which we saw few sargas back. Its only contour is there like a Deha, but there's no content inside Stula or Sukshma to be a Deha. Like we have a contour, outer, but within that there is Sthula Sharira is there or not. Toto a Sukshma Jiva Bhava we have. But it's a contour. Within it, the entire 19 ingredients are there or not. Pancha Jnanendriya, Pancha Karmendriya, Pancha Prana, Chatur Antakarana. In this Deha of Saraswati Adi, this Stula Deha and Sukshma Deha will not be there. Only Deha is there for recognition. That's it. This again we studied in Yoga uh, Darshanam, wherein that yogi is in such a sthiti that even wall cannot obstruct him. He can pass through it. And he can see anything beyond the wall. That means he has reached to that Deha sthiti. So here also, Stula, that's why the example of Akasha without any Graha Nakshatra Taraka Suryadi. That is an example. Pure consciousness without any of these things projected. So, Teneva Jnana Dehena Chachara Gnapti Devata. What about Leela? Manushi too, that Manushi, that Leela, Itarena Ashu. She also took up Itarena. Not the Jnana Deha like Saraswati, but Dhyana Jnana Anurupina. Through the Dhyana, she withdrew from the all outer world, became Sukshma. Jnana Anurupina, with that Sankalpa in her that she wants to see that world. Mother has no Sankalpa of hers. She has blessed Leela, therefore she'll have to show her. So Jnana Dhyana Anurupa Sharira is Leela's pure Jnapti Swarupa Sharira is Mother Saraswati. But they can come connect to each other, they can see each other, they can interact with each other. Now these things, you know, if a more highly evolved speaker can speak to you, he can reveal to you the higher possibilities of the expressions of individualities. You know, this one. Ki manasi tu itarenashu dhyana jnananu rupina. You know, the subtle level of expressions, the astral level of living, you know, the akasha dehas, the ativahika dehas. In that way also we express, we live. Now we all are deha tadatmya and therefore we think this alone is real and for us it's comfortable. We're okay with it. But I have one question, that where was I and how was I before I entered to this body? And thousands people die every day. That fellow till that time was moving, talking. कहाँ गया हूँ? Totally oblivion, absence तो नहीं होगा ना? That is सूक्ष्मता. अब रिमेंबर एक एलिफेंट मर जाता है तो उसका जीव एलिफेंट की तरह बड़ा होना. A small ant dies. In that a जीव ant की तरह small होना ऐसा नहीं होता. Jiva is not a measurable quantity like measurable in quantity. That's why the ant Jiva, if in his next prarabdha, is elephant, he enters to elephant body and identify the total elephant, not a part of the elephant, a tail of the elephant. क्यों इतना छोटा? क्योंकि पहले मैं एंट था, अभी हाथी के एक पूंछ में ही मैं आइडेंटिफाई करूंगी, ऐसा नहीं होता. So to the ant, if he had to next life become an ant, elephant, उसको ant बनना है, वो चिल्लाएगा नहीं, मैं इतना बड़े देश से आया हूँ, हाउ कैन आई फिट इन दिस स्मॉल एंट? ऐसा नहीं होता. दैट विल बी फिटिंग इन दैट. So what we have to understand that it is not container content identity. That sort of thing we have to transcend. It's only the ownership of that which makes us stay in the body. Otherwise, when we go through indriyas to see the world, we are not in the body. When you go to the dream world, we are in the different body. In sleep, to all bodies are given up. Still we exist. ये सारे ज्ञान जितना हमें मिलता है, सबसे बड़ा आउटकम बेनिफिट इज दिस ग्रॉस वर्ल्ड वी नो मोर बिलीव टू बी द रियलिटी एंड ओनली रियलिटी. taking this world as real and only real is binding us to this. ये तो third class kachra, the last, it's a grossest useless thing. Even if you want to enjoy the worldly bhogas, vishayas and with indriya, you have million times better lokas. Better do yajna upasana, go there and enjoy instead of these wretched things with the wretched upadhis. That ek thoda pakoda jada khaya, then you get ulcers and allergies and indigestion. What nonsense it is. One scoop ice cream you eat more, you get all सर्दी वगैरह. आधा घंटा टीवी ज्यादा देख लिया तो सर दर्द. दिमाग तो पहले खराब था. You just like that you get it. Little temperature grow becomes little low. हो गया. थोड़ा बढ़ गया तो what this world, where is sukha in this world? इतना नमक ज्यादा हो गया तो खाना सब्जी खा ही नहीं सकते आप. But if you go to Swarga and all, Indriyas are intact, the Bhoga Vastus are perfect, never there will be any miscalculation, and exactly what you want that is added. संकल्प से ही बस. और थोड़ा चीनी चाहिए, लग गया, देख लो, टेस्ट करो, क्या, हाँ अच्छा लगा. अरे भाई थोड़ा ठंडा हो गया, ओके एक सेकंड. ऐसा संकल्प करते हैं देवता लोग. गर्म हो गया पी लो. नो नीड टू पुट द इलेक्ट्रिकल थिंग ऑल्सो. नॉट इवन शी द अप्सरा बिकमिंग एंग्री विथ यू. अभी गर्म करके लाई हूँ, फिर से ले आना पड़ा, रुको. देन शी विल पुट ऑन द स्टोव, फिर उस कॉफी को जला के लाएगी. गर्म तो है लेकिन टेस्ट चला गया. You understand? Sometimes overheating when you do, all ingredients lose their taste. ऐसा नहीं होता वहां. एक कप में आपको आधा कॉफी पीने के बाद आपको लगता है मानो यार रिमेनिंग आई वांट आम का रस. शी विल नॉट थ्रो दैट एंड गेट फ्रॉम द फ्रिज आम का रस. वो बाकी जो है वही आम रस बन जाएगा. डोंट यू फील वंडरफुल इट इज? हु नो साइंस में डिस्कवर ऑल दिस नॉनसेंस आफ्टर 100 years. दैट एक ही गिलास में आधा ऊपर कॉफी है, दूसरा आधा चाय है, नीचे कूल ड्रिंक है. लाइक दैट एनी फनी थिंग्स. लाइक इन वन स्क्रीन ओनली दे शो 4 screens, नो. चार चीजें आप इकट्ठा देख सकते हो, नो, लाइक सीसी कैमरा. बट somehow it didn't click. Nobody is having that type of tea of ये भी देखो वो भी देखो. They may recognize all those things, invent. Even if you want bhoga, go to the higher world. Why the wretched? यही ऐसा ही मत सोचो. है ना, लड़ाई झगड़ा जब करते हैं ना पति पत्नी, कि you are not only the stupid girl, I married so many beautiful women. He's right. In the higher worlds. And she also says, तुम भी मेरे लिए पति पतिला. There are many. She is also right. Unknowingly they spoke right. Then let them do yajna upasana. Go to the Gandharva Loka. To every day we are reading in our Skanda Purana such stories only. Wherein through upasana, yajna, going to the higher worlds, getting the higher experiences. Only to say finally that they're all again in Maya, we should not be bound by them. So manishuitu itarena asho dhyana jnana anurupina. So हर्ष इज आतिवाहिक देह, मदर्स इज ज्ञान देह. इतना तो समझ सकते हैं ना. हर्ष इज द सूक्ष्म देह विदाउट द वर्ल्ड्स परसेप्शन, बट शी हैज हर संकल्पास, इंद्रियास इंटैक्ट टू सी द वर्ल्ड, द सटल वर्ल्ड, टू सी द सटल इंद्रियास. द ग्रॉसनेस, द ग्रॉस आउटर वर्ल्ड, द ग्रॉस देह, द ग्रॉस इंद्रियास, सारा उन्होंने ट्रांसेंड की. मदर नेवर हैव ऑल ऑफ देम. शी इज ऑलरेडी इन द ब्रह्म स्थिति. Okay, and yet she can communicate. Yeah, she can listen. Yeah, this is again the meaning of eko vashi sarva bhutantaratma. है ना? एको वशी sarvabhutantaratma. Then the third line it is said, no, sarvabhutadivasaha. This is the thing. The consciousness need not take any shape in indriyas. Yet it can know anything. It can see anything. That is already came that mantra. Pashyatya chakshusa shrunotya karnaha. अपानिपादो जवनो गृहीता पश्यत्य चक्षुः स शृणोत्य कर्णः. He has no hands and legs still. He holds and he walks. He sees without eyes, hears without the his ears. Catch that thing and just feel that it's possible. That's it. For us, all these upadhis are required. Without that, hamara baat nahi banta. Not for those devatas. Okay. Now we have four more slokas in this sarga. Gehantareva pradesha matramaruhya samvida babhuvatushchidakasha rupinyau vyomagakriti. Gehantareva. Geha antaha eva. In that antapurna gruha only. फॉर द ऑनलुकर्स स्थूल रूप से देखो उसी अंतःपुर में है वो लोग गेहांतरेव प्रादेश मात्र आरुह्य इन दैट पर्टिकुलर आकाश स्थल ओनली संविदा by identifying with that consciousness bhabuvatuh chidakasha rupinyau they became chidakasha rupi vyomagakriti they became space rupa. Once that state is achieved, miraculously, the entire, be attentive, the Bhutakasha is found to be in the Chittakasha, Chittakasha to be found in the Chidakasha. वहाँ all calculations उल्टा होते हैं. We saw it the other day, 20 days back, at a higher level when you go, the container is found to be the content too. Content is found to be container. Like I consider the Deha is the container. I am in that the contenter. But on a deeper inquiry, you will know I am the container. The Deha is contained in me. I am the mind. In me, the mind. Not only this Deha, your Deha, the entire Stula Jagat is there only in the Manaha. That's an evolutionary understanding. It's a fact already. We have to rise to that understanding level. So they have reached to that level. They have become one with the Chidakasha. Then Chidakasha Rupinyau Vyomagakriti. The Chid Vyoma Rupa they became. And Chid Vyoma Chidakasha is सबसे सटल है सबसे व्याप्त है उसके अंदर ही भूताकाश चित्ताकाश विद इन दैट इज द भूताकाश इन द चित्ताकाश द चित्त जगत ऑफ थॉट्स इन द भूताकाश द भूत जगत मेड अप ऑफ स्थूल पंच महाभूतास. Oh, this is little stuff for me to explain. Then how can you understand? The level of consciousness is something that in that the chitta bhuta akashas with their all infinitude are kalpita only. Therefore, their bigness or smallness doesn't matter to the consciousness. Like when the speed is of high level, the distance doesn't matter ना. जैसे वो पैदल जाना है आपको 10 किलोमीटर, which is such a botheration. कौन चलेगा रे बाबा? But if you take a 100 kilometer speed bike, the 10 kilometers in 6 minutes you will reach that sit. 6 minutes क्या हो? 100 per hour means what? 60 किलोमीटर. तो 6 किलोमीटर you will reach only in just few minutes only. Minutes ka seconds. See that supersonic jets and all. For that rockets, they are sending nowadays the satellites. Where is the orbit of moon and all of that? कितने 4 दिन में पहुंच रहे हैं वो. So when the speed increases, distance doesn't matter. You understand? If you understand this analogy, so too, when our subtlety increases from the grass to the चित्ताकाश to चिदाकाश, the all चित्त भूताकाश में जो कुछ भी है उसका छोटापन बड़ापन नजदीक वाला दूर वाला कोई मायना नहीं रखता. दैट्स वाई तदेजति तन्नैजति तद दूरे तदु अंतिके तद अंतरस्य सर्वस्य. Didn't we study this in Shvetashtra Upanishad 5 years back? The meaning of that is now understood when you study the Yoga Vaashishtha Maharama. Consciousness is all pervading from the Chitta Bhutakasha standpoint. But as per the consciousness standpoint, there is no word called as all pervading. There is no concept of 10 किलोमीटर, 20 किलोमीटर, 1000 किलोमीटर, ये सब स्थूल जगत में मेजरमेंट्स है. In that they are not there. It is everywhere. It is everything. That is why that jnana is of any desha, any kala, anything they can be aware. Otherwise, if you say Vishnu Bhagavan is in Vaikuntha, how our prayers is listening? What is the logic behind it? You are not making a phone call, मैसेज नहीं भेज रहे हो, उनके पास भी सेल फोन नहीं है, बट डोंट यू हैव द फेथ? Is Bhagavan Vishnu Vaikuntha? Simultaneously is in Vaikuntha, also at every vicinity of my words reaching. Wherever my words is there, not only my words, which is Stula Jagat, my thoughts also reach him. Not that my thoughts are reaching him, he is all pervading. Therefore, he becomes aware of our thoughts. मेरे प्रार्थनाएं भगवान तक नहीं जाते हैं. भगवान हर जगह होने के कारण मैंने प्रार्थनाएं उनको पता चलते हैं. Is there difference or not? Think about it. मजा आता है. All the time and space and objectivity, they're all mind created projections. But we are settled in it, therefore, as regards their existence is concerned, we are uh, without problem. But their existence itself is problem because they continuously change, they die, they get modified. Okay, na? And only when we, though with all the difficulties, reach to the summit of understanding that everything is conscious, blissful self only, in that it is Maya and mind play, that the entire Jhamela will be sorted out. We will see when their Akasha Gamanam happens, na, when different lokas are shown. It will be mind blowing. मेरे को पता नहीं मैं पढ़ा सकता हूँ कि नहीं, खुद पढ़ सकता हूँ कि नहीं. ट्राई करूंगा. Wherever I can't, I say I can't. Or wherever we can see. Try to understand how in the consciousness these things are projected. Yesterday we told you, when we travel in car, कभी लगता है कार आगे जा रहा है, कभी लगता है रोड ही इस तरफ आ रहा है. It's all relative. And the other day we saw some 6-8 months back, interesting, most funniest thing is mind blowing thing. Mind blowing, mind blowing. Ki we are not moving because we are seated in the car. To see that we don't move, belt भी लगा दे हमको. And the seats on which we are sitting, they are also not moving. The entire body of the car also is not moving. Dekho. Then this bodies of the car is kept on the tires. Remember, the secret is the tires also are not moving. Then they are only rotating or revolving. Isn't it? घूम रहे हैं ना, बस उतना ही. अब उस कार या साइकिल या स्कूटर को थोड़ा स्टैंड पे लगा के उसी फर्स्ट थर्ड गियर में चलाओ अंदर बैठ के, तो पहिए घूम रहे हैं. कार इज नेवर घूमिंग. पहिए भी आगे नहीं जा रहे, घूम रहे मतलब देर ओनली रोटेटिंग. बट दैट द टायर्स position is such one that when it rotates that way on a stable not moving road, it gives a phenomena that the call the tire is moving ahead, and also the body on the tire car is moving, and उसमें बैठकर हम भी जा रहे. नहीं होता भी सब कुछ हो रहा है वो. Now imagine the earth is moving fast backside, isn't it? Or it is moving forward faster. Then our movement is again questioned. In the treadmill में आप देखो, treadmill ही कहते हो ना. As you increase the speed, you have to increase, नहीं तो गिर जाओगे आप. You understand the relativity का meaning now? थोड़ा सा. Okay. अथ ते ललने लीला लोले ललित लोचने स्वभावाच्चेत्य संवित्तेः नभो दूरमितो गते. Without conscious Chidakasha Sharira. From here, they travel to long distances, staying here only from the physical world standpoint. Tatrastevata, staying there only, Chidvrutya, with the vrittis of the Chitta, Papluvate Namastalam, they flew in the sky. Koti Yojana Vistirnam. You know the distance they covered is Karodo Yojan Dura. Dura Dura Antarantaram. Oh, farther, farther, farther. They went on moving. Good, not a difficult thing to understand like in dream. Don't we cover so many places and distances? You get the experiences also. Compared to the Jagrada Avastha, if you take Jagrada as real, that dream is unreal. True. And in the waking plane, we have to realize the self. Therefore, in Mandukya Upanishad, that philosophy is different. But mana can do the sankalpa of different distances or not, times or not. Mind can do the sankalpa of kala also. So you can imagine that they are in the Chidakasha with the Chitta required amount for them to travel in that Sukshma space to cover all these lokas. Tomorrow we will see that. Okay, Drishyanu Nija Swabhavat Akasha Dehe Apite Mithotra Parasparakara Vilokanena Babuvatuhu Sneha Pare Vayasya. So they were Sneha Pare, looking at each other, they were aware of each other, though both of them are beyond this Tula Sharir. Mm. That's why, when we leave the body, for some time we may go to the loka where our guru is there. We recognize him. He recognize, अच्छा आगे रे आ जाओ बस कैसे हो बैठो चाय पी लो अब कहाँ जाने हैं पता नहीं यमवट लोग मुझे वहां ले जा रहे हैं चल ठीक है ऑल द बेस्ट यू कैन मीट पीपल देयर एन रूट कुछ भी हो सकता है इस जगत में बट एवरीथिंग इज अगेन एट द संकल्प माया स्थिति ओनली नॉट परम सत्यम दैट तो रिमेंबर इट okay friends simple point bhai when it is a rope it is only a rope when the rope is not seen as rope remember it can be anything millions so too the brahman is reality if he is brahman is reality if that reality brahman is not realized yaad rakh lo it can be anything that's what we are getting confused on the earth only this much we are confused if you go to different worlds इस सबके सबके दृष्टि से देखोगे our mind is so small what is its comprehending capacity थोड़ा सा समझ लो then everything is मिथ्या इतना जान लो छोड़ो enter into ब्रह्म ज्ञान that's the simplest easiest way for redemption other than brahman the maya kalpita jagats are unfathomable mind blowing unimaginable are in this world only some shocking news we cannot digest somebody cheats us very close friend somebody dies or some accident happens or something happen between countries we don't know what's going to happen और चाइना रशिया हाथ मिलाए एक अमेरिका पे बम डाल दी तो थर्ड वर्ल्ड वॉर शुरू हो जाएगा anything can happen that we cannot digest what to talk about the things that happen in the cosmos universe in the cosmos the cosmic drishti has not that अर्जुन को भगवान ने विश्व रूप बताया जिसमें प्रलय भी था just for some time no just for some time Bhagavan showed to Arjuna, but that phenomena is continuously happening. In the cosmos, the universes, the galaxies themselves are dissolving like the waves in ocean, and again some are new are projected again like the waves in ocean. This is called the Parabrahma Paramatma's Shakti Maya, its capacity. इसलिए उसके सामने हम कोई खड़ा नहीं रह सकते बस उसी प्रभु को प्रार्थना करो मामे वे प्रपद्यन्ते यू मायाम तरंतिते माया इज नॉट डिस्ट्रॉयड यू गेट आउट ऑफ द डिस्टर्बिंग जोन ऑफ माया माया वोंट बॉदर इट से तू चल निकल जा जैसे व्हेन ए वीआईपी कम्स देन ग्रीन कॉरिडोर ऐसे बना के या कोई ऐसे सारा ट्रैफिक रोक के भेज देते हैं बट ट्रैफिक कंटिन्यूस So to when we become Bhakta, we cross Maya. Maya does its play. Continues. All these Vedantic thoughts at different levels, permutation, combination, हर चीज समझने के लिए टाइम लगता है बट कीप ऑन लिसनिंग ये चीज इतने समझे ना समझे ब्रह्मन इज सत्यम दैट नॉलेज इज इंटैक्ट realizing brahman is moksha that is intact I am that brahman already that is intact then brahman in the hridaya akasha I have to realize that is intact by panchakoshas are abstraction I have to transcend them this knowledge is pakka अब इस पे वर्कआउट करो इसको करते हुए भी ये सारा नॉलेज भी डेवलप करते रहना इति आर्षे वासिष्ठ महारामायणे वाल्मीकि उत्पत्ति प्रकरणे लीलोपाख्याने ज्ञान देह आकाश गमनम नाम त्रयोविंशः सर्गः thus ends the 23rd sarga 2-3 shlokas last ones 10-15 minutes we'll study tomorrow then we chant the 24th then we go along with mother saraswati and leela into all these lokas thank you om purnamadah pon shri रामचंद्र भगवान की जय वैष्णव भगवान की जय कृष्णा वासुदेवा श्री सरस्वती माता की जय लीला माता की जय विश्वामित्रादि ऋषिगण की जय सब संतन की जय आप सब श्रोतागण की जय थैंक यू सॉरी कम फॉर वाक्य वृत्ति